Hi everyone, my name is Cassandra and I am the Senior Library Clerk at Anaheim Public Library Central. And these are 5 books that I've read or have been wanting to read. So to start off with children's, this one is called The Circles All Around Us by Brad Montague. This book focuses really on teaching children empathy. A lot of the times children often don't realize that they have such an effect on people for life. So the idea is that there's a small circle around you, and every person that you involve in your life, you increase your circle. So this is really a beautiful book about building community, teaching children empathy, and just how powerful kindness can be in those settings. Our next book is actually a shortened version that was made for teens. This was recommended to me actually by the teen librarian here at Central. It's called Disability Visibility. It's 17 essays edited by Wong, who is a very well-known activist in the community. But this encompasses a range of teen stories and adult stories regarding the culture of these communities, and it decenters disability as something to really look at people differently and rather embrace and celebrate. So this one's very exciting. I have not fully read this one yet, but I'm excited to. All right, our next book I have started to read. This is called We've Got This. This is essays by disabled parents, and this is edited by Eliza Hull. These are amazing. It talks about the judgment parents face with either having children who are disabled or being disabled themselves. One of the biggest issues is that people don't ask the right questions, or they think that they're in a position to judge. And this is really just talking about how beautiful family making is and how our judgment and discrimination, even unintentional, affects people on a day-to-day basis. And these are really funny. If you've ever babysat children, taken care of kids, I think anyone could really relate to these texts. The next book is called Invisible Wounds. This is by a journalist named Jess Ruliffson. She dedicated 5 years of her life to going across the United States doing interviews to veterans. And essentially she's talking about these invisible wounds, so these are not invisible disabilities as well. She takes a spectrum of people who suffered different things. She wanted to decenter the idea that it's like the movies. It has to be like the movies for people to have these. As a veteran myself, this is something very important to me. I think each year we really want to focus on making sure that everyone feels included and gets the help that they need. And then the last book we actually have on our cloud library, and it is Year of the Tiger. Now this one I have read, and this is by Wong, the same author who edits the collection of essays. This book is the equivalent to your best friend making a scrapbook of their entire life. She also decenters disability and asks us, the reader, to center our own privileges, focus on how we interact in communities. And this has everything from her favorite recipes wedged into the books, funny stories from adulthood, childhood. She's incredible. She is part of the Disability Visibility Initiative and project. If you just want a good laugh and honestly a good recipe, she's the one to figure out. And then another thing I did want to say, as far as accessibility goes, if you are someone who prefers audiobooks, The Circles All Around Us, we only have the physical copy, but Disability Visibility, we have on the cloud audiobook and physical copies. We've Got This, we have it on the cloud, but we are going to add this to the physical collection. This will also be being added to the collection. So if you didn't know this, our cloud library already has some accessible features that may be of interest to our patrons. All you need to do is download your book. Up here on the top of the scroll bar, you can change the size of the font. You can make it larger depending on what your preference is. You can make it smaller. On fonts, we do have an option for patrons with dyslexia. You simply have to click and it'll expand the font, or there's a font called Accessible DFA, which is also very useful if it's preferred. Another thing that you can do is change the page color. If white is too harsh, you can change to sepia and night mode. And then on your computer, you're able to make it even larger depending how you like it. And that's it. Those are my books.